I am not looking for perfect. I am looking for you. I am not surveying the earth for the stainless or the flawless. I am seeking the willing, the listening, the ones who lift their faces when they stumble and keep walking toward my voice. I shaped you from dust and breath, and I do not despise the dust. I am the one who stoops, who lifts, who washes feet so your path can continue. I am not shocked by the smudges on your story. I am the author who writes through them until the page carries light. Hear me with your whole life. You are not auditioning for a love you already have. You do not wake each morning to perform for my approval, you rise inside it. The standard that culture sold to you, the image you must hold without a crack, is not the yoke I place upon your shoulders. My yoke fits a human soul. It is woven for the real you. The one who breathes unevenly when anxious. The one who forgets. The one who tries. The one who learns. Come to me as you are. Not as the mask you fear will slip. I will teach your heart how to breathe again. Perfectionism is a mirage that steals water from your thirst. It promises certainty yet delivers delay. Promising safety while chaining you to the chair of hesitation. It tells you to hold your words until they gleam. Hold your gifts until they glitter. Hold your obedience until it cannot be misunderstood. But I am the Lord of seed. And I delight in small beginnings. I sow a word like a kernel into your ordinary. And I ask you to plant it before you polish it. Faith is not a showroom. It is a field. Fields are muddy, faithful, and alive. You say, but I failed. I answer. Then you have met the first page of your testimony. You say, I was angry. I answer. Then you have discovered a place for my gentleness to reign. You say, I am not enough. I answer. Finally, we agree. So let me be more than enough through you. I never asked a lamp to be the electricity. I asked it to hold a flame. Your calling is not the perfection of your behavior but the surrender of your being. Yield the center of you. And watch how I steady your edges. I am not looking for perfect sermons. I am looking for honest prayers. I am not waiting for perfect plans. I am listening for willing hearts. I do not need the choir to be in tune before I step into the room. I tune the room by my presence. When you confess your limits, you open the door where my strength walks in as a friend. My holiness is not brittle, it is blazing and alive. It does not shatter when it meets your story. It refines your story until it carries a shine you could not make on your own. Be careful of the voice that says you must delay obedience until shame is gone. Shame does not leave because you hide. It leaves because you walk with me while it still tries to follow. You do not earn freedom by isolation. You practice freedom by steps. The first step might be clumsy, but it is already holy because it is honest. The second step finds rhythm. The third step discovers that I am not behind you with a clipboard. I am beside you with a hand on your shoulder and a cadence you can trust. I trained fishermen who smelled of nets and salt. I called a tax collector who was quick with numbers and slower with trust. I touched a leper and did not pull back. I let a woman weep at my feet while the room judged her courage. I built the church with people who had reasons to disqualify themselves. Then watched those reasons become altars. I am the same now. I am not recruiting the untouchable. I am freeing the reachable. Let me reach you. You ask what I require. I require truth in the inward parts. I require your yes while you are still learning how to say it without trembling. I require your trust when you do not know what tomorrow holds. I am not looking for perfect discipline sculpted by fear. I am forming resilient devotion grown by love. Love can handle a pause, a tear, a question. Love carries you across the days you thought you had to carry me. I will never place the government of heaven on your shoulders, it already rests on mine. Perfectionism says, do not start until you are confident. I say, start because I am with you. Perfectionism says, hide the cracks. I say, bring me the vessel. I will fill it until the seams shine. Perfectionism says, you must impress me to be used by me. I say, I chose you before you could lift a hand. Even your hunger for me is a gift from me. An echo of the conversation I began with your spirit before the morning touched your window. I am the potter. You are the clay. Clay is not ashamed to be shaped. Clay does not rebuke the wheel for spinning. Clay yields, then becomes. Let me press truth into the corners of your life. Where you are stiff with self-protection, I will warm you with mercy. Where you are thin from criticism, I will strengthen you with purpose. I do not toss the clay because it resisted, I press again and again, until the beauty I imagined is visible to your own eyes. Do not confuse excellence with perfectionism. Excellence listens and grows. Perfectionism performs and hides. Excellence asks questions and receives counsel. Perfectionism avoids exposure because exposure might reveal the myth of control. I lead you toward excellence because excellence loves truth. And truth loves freedom. The craft I ask of your life is not the theater of mastery, it is the discipline of love. Love your work by offering it. Love your neighbor by sharing it. Love me by entrusting outcomes to my hands. There are days you will do it afraid. There are mornings when the courage you need is simply to rise. There are hours when you will feel inefficient, unseen, or misunderstood. These are not verdicts. They are weather. Walk through them. If you wait for windless skies, you will never set sail. But if you hoist your obedience while the breeze is only a whisper, you will find that I command seas at volumes you cannot measure. I know the rooms where you replay what you wish you had not said. I know the corners where you hide impulses you wish you did not feel. I am not intimidated by rooms or corners. Invite me, and watch how the light rearranges the furniture. When I enter, shame cannot sit in the seat of judgment. When I speak, condemnation cannot hold the gavel. I do not edit your life by erasing you. I restore your life by revealing me in you. Listen, I am patient, but I am not passive. My patience is a river that carves through stone. It does not forget what it is flowing toward. I am patient because I see the wholeness being formed in you. The strength growing under the skin of your weaknesses. I am the gardener who refuses to uproot the plant on the day it droops. I prune, I water, I shield from scorching wind. And I return tomorrow. What I begin, I finish. What I promise, I fulfill. What I forgive, I forget. You say you cannot pray like others pray. Then pray like you breathe. Say what is true in the language you have. If your words are few, let your honesty be many. If your sentences wander, let them wander into my arms. I know how to translate tears. I know how to weigh silence. I know how to count the pulses between your questions. Not every prayer needs a period. Some prayers are a life lived toward me, and I read every line. Stop rehearsing your disqualification. It is a story without an end because it was not written by me. I do not recruit from the stage of self-sufficiency. I call from the shoreline of need. I do not hand out medals for spotless records. I give new names to those who thought the story was over. Call yourself what I call you. Mine. Chosen. Beloved. Becoming. That last word matters, becoming. You are in motion with me. Do not freeze yourself at the scene of a mistake when I have already moved the story forward. You ask how to move with me when you feel clumsy. Begin with small obediences that shape the day. Close the screen and open the scripture. Put your hand on your chest and remember you carry my breath. Give the apology that humility has been practicing in you all morning. Step outside and let sunlight testify that I rise. Write the sentence. Make the call. Pick up the tool. Pray for the one you avoided. Bring me the fragment of oil you have. And watch how I multiply courage inside simple faithfulness. Now, listen carefully. And take this to heart. If this word steadies you, take a quiet moment to like. Add a comment with the line you are holding today. Share it with someone who needs courage. And subscribe so you do not miss the next message. Then return to the stillness with me and put the word into practice. Do not trade your birthright for the bowl of approval. The crowd is a loud measure and a poor master. When they cheer, receive it with gratitude and continue with me. When they are silent, continue with me. When they criticize, weigh it, learn if there is truth, and then continue with me. I am your constant. I am the atmosphere of your calling. I am the steady in your changing seasons. If you build on applause, You will need applause to stand, if you build on me. You will stand in storms that outlast the shouting. Some of you are carrying secret fears that your temper will disqualify you. Bring the temper to me. Bring the triggers and the aftertaste of regret. I will teach your body a new pace. Some of you are wary of your own ambition. Bring the engine of your desire to me. I will align it with a mission greater than your name. Some of you have been wounded by those who claim to serve me. Bring me the splinters. I will remove them without breaking the bone underneath. I am gentle, not fragile. I am strong, not severe. I am holy, and my holiness heals. Let us talk about rest. Because perfectionism exhausts you. Rest is not the absence of work, it is the presence of trust. Rest is not laziness, it is alignment. Rest restores focus so your work is not anxious. Rest teaches your hands to release what is mine to carry. When you rest, you confess that you are creature, not creator, and that confession is worship. Come to me when you are heavy with your own expectations. I will trade them for a rhythm that carries grace. I do not demand that you never make a wrong turn. I ask that when you realize you have turned, you let me reorient you. Repentance is not punishment, it is permission to return. It is the door always near your feet. When you walk through that door, shame does not greet you, mercy does. Mercy is not a loophole, it is my heart in motion. Mercy does not pretend the wrong never happened. It declares that my cross speaks a better word over the whole of your life. I am not looking for perfect families, perfect teams, or perfect churches. I am building faithful ones. Faithful does not mean flawless, it means present. It means forgiving and beginning again. It means telling the truth kindly. It means guarding one another's dignity. It means showing up when you said you would. It means giving up on resentment before you give up on each other. Community is not a museum, it is a garden. Gardens require dirt, water, pruning, patience, and celebration when fruit arrives. To the one who fears that your history is louder than your future, hear me. I am the God who speaks to graves and hears doors unlatch. I am the one who rolled away stones, not to let me out, but to let you in, into a life that cannot be stolen by regret. You do not have to perfect your past to participate in your future. You need only to consent to my present presence and take the next step forward with me. To the one anxious about provision, do not despise your small pantry or your small paycheck. I have multiplied small lunches to feed multitudes. Invite me to your ledger. Write generosity into your fear. Steward what you can count and trust me with what you cannot. I am the shepherd who knows how to lead you into green places even in brown seasons. I will teach you wisdom, courage, contentment, and boldness to ask and to build. I am with you in your numbers and beyond them. To the one stuck in comparison, remember this. I am not mass-producing saints. I craft lives with fingerprints. Your lane is not a lesser lane. It is a precise assignment timed for impact you cannot yet see. When you borrow someone else's costume, you cannot breathe. When you wear what I have tailored, your lungs expand, and your voice carries timbre I placed in you from the first day. Sing your note, hammer your nail, write your line, pray your prayer, run your race. I am proud to call you mine. Let me speak to your mornings. Do not begin with the scroll that stirs envy or alarm. Begin with the sentence that sets your attention. Here I am. Those three words unsettle perfectionism because they are not a promise to be flawless. They are a presence offered. Here I am, and I will meet you there. In that meeting, I stabilize your imagination. I quiet frantic expectations. And I hand you today's assignment. One act of obedience wrapped in love. Then another. Then another. This is how we build decades you will want to remember. I am not impressed by your pace when it outruns your peace. I do not grade you on speed. I guide you by seasons. There is a time to sprint and a time to sit. A time to speak and a time to listen. A time to stretch and a time to heal. You are not a machine. You are a miracle made of memory and hope. I will not ask you to burn your soul to warm the room. I will light you without consuming you. That is what I did with a bush in the wilderness. And I will do it with you in the city and in the quiet places you carry. If you fear that obedience will erase your personality, look at the saints I have shaped. They are not copies. They are constellations. Peter is not John. Mary is not Martha. David is not Daniel. Yet each reflects my heart in a different hue. Your story will have its own hue. When you align with me, I do not flatten you, I deepen you. I do not narrow your joy, I root it. You will laugh more honestly, weep more cleanly, work more freely, and rest with a trust that makes sleep a form of worship. Your mistakes need not be memorials, let them become milestones. Mark them, learn from them, and move forward. Do not plant gardens in the soil of shame. Do not build altars to regret. Build altars to redemption. Write dates on stones that you carry in your pocket. Not to weigh you down, but to remind you of the gates we walked through together. When the next valley crouches at the edge of your map, take out the stone and remember, we have history. We will have more. I am the voice that steadies before the storm, the hand that holds during the storm, and the light that remains after the storm. I do not vanish when the thunder quiets. I remain to teach you the new song that rises from wet ground. You will not always need rescue. Sometimes you will need resilience, and I will give it. Other times you will need to lay down and let me carry you. And I will. I am not bargaining with you. I am binding myself to you in covenant love. You wonder how to lead when you still feel unfinished. Lead with your becoming visible. Let those you serve see you repent. See you ask counsel. See you rest. See you forgive. Authority that cannot admit weakness becomes heavy and brittle. My authority moves with humility. It washes feet and breaks bread. Lead like that, and the rooms you influence will breathe again. To the creative soul, release the terror that you will never make your best work. Your best work is the one you make today. Because today is where obedience is measurable. I will meet you in the draft, in the sketch, in the rehearsal. I inhabit the middle, not only the premiere. If you begin, we will shape it. If you delay until it is perfect, you will carry the ache of unborn beauty. Better the beauty that breathes than the fantasy that never risks the air. To the weary parent, I am with you in the hallway at night. To the student, I am with you at the desk when the page will not open. To the worker, I am beside you at dawn when the alarm feels like a judge. To the pastor, I know the weight of souls and the miracle of small faith. To the one grieving, I sit with you without demanding a schedule for your tears. To the one recovering, I celebrate the quiet choice you made today when no one applauded. I see, I honor, I strengthen, I speak over your identity again. You are mine. You are not the sum of your errors. You are the subject of my affection. You are not a problem I am trying to fix. You are a person I am loving into wholeness. You are not a production line, you are a vineyard. And I am not impatient with seasons. Where others saw a barren hillside, I saw wine. Where others saw a barren womb, I saw a future singing. Do not curse what I have blessed. Do not despise what I am still forming. Invite me into your planning table. Spread out your calendars and your hopes, your deadlines and your doubts. Ask me where to prune and where to plant. Listen for assignments that sound too small to matter and too large to attempt. The small ones are roots, the large ones are branches. You need both. I am the vine. Apart from me, you can do nothing. With me, you will bear much fruit, fruit that tastes like joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are not medals, they are flavors of a life that abides. You have asked me to remove fear. I often answer by growing love. Perfect love, not human perfection, casts out fear. When you let my love walk the hallways of your heart, fear loses its reason to camp there. It packs quickly when it realizes the light will not turn off. Do not wait for a day without trembling to begin. Begin, and watch the trembling learn a new rhythm under my hand. I call you away from bargains you made with disappointment. Some of you promised never to risk again. Some of you vowed to nullify your desires so pain could never find you. Break those contracts, they were not written by me. Come into the covenant where hope is allowed to breathe and grief is allowed to speak. I will not shame you for wanting. I gave you desire so you would have energy to love and build. Bring desire to me, let me temper it. Bless it, aim it, expand it beyond the boundaries of self. I will teach you how to forgive without pretending trust is instantly restored. Forgiveness releases judgment. Wisdom rebuilds boundaries. I will teach you how to confront with gentleness and how to yield without becoming invisible. I will show you that meekness is not silence but strength under authority, my authority. You can be soft and immovable at the same time. You can be kind and courageous in the same sentence. I am like that with you. And I will teach you to be like that with others. You are asking me for a sign that you will not waste your life. Here it is. Put your life in my hands. Nothing entrusted to me is wasted. I weave losses into compassion, detours into wisdom, delays into depth, and failures into testimonies that ring with hope. The years the locusts have eaten are not beyond my harvest. I restore what you cannot count. I redeem what you cannot repair. I resurrect what you cannot imagine alive again. When you wake tomorrow, do not go hunting for perfection. Greet me. Receive my mercy that is new with the morning. Name one thing you can do in love, and do it. Then name one thing you can release, and release it. Then name one person you can bless, and bless them. If you repeat this long enough, your life will look like a cathedral built one faithful stone at a time. No one builds a cathedral in a day. No one stumbles into one by accident. It is the fruit of dailiness. And I will walk those days with you. I am not looking for perfect. I am looking for yielded, honest, awake. I am looking for the yes that echoes through your weakness and invites my strength to make music there. I am looking for the gaze that meets mine after the stumble and says, "We are not finished." I am looking for the hands that open again, the feet that stand again, the heart that hopes again. This is how I make saints out of dust. This is how I write glory into ordinary hours. So come, bring me your drafts, your detours, your rough edges, your hopeful plans. Bring me your guilt and your laughter, your questions and your quiet. Bring me the child you once were and the leader you are becoming. Bring me the part of you that is afraid of being seen and the part that is tired of hiding. I will not humiliate you. I will heal you. I will not discard you. I will discover you with you, revealing the image I placed no one else can carry for the world to see. Walk with me, not ahead, not behind, but with me. Let my pace set your peace. Let my word set your worth. Let my presence become your home address. I am nearer than your breath and stronger than your fear. I am wiser than your plan and kinder than your inner critic. I am not looking for perfect. I am looking for you, and I have found you now. I bless the small but faithful choice that no one notices. For I notice and I multiply what you entrust to me. Walk forward with me. And let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear. And that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I am forming steel beneath your kindness, so your compassion does not collapse under pressure. Walk forward with me. And let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear. And that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I carry the map when your memory fails. And I guide you by whispers that cut through the noise of the day. Walk forward with me. And let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear. And that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I am the friend who walks the long road, not the spotlight that flickers and leaves you in the dark. Walk forward with me. And let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear. And that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I give you language for lament so sorrow can breathe without ruling your decisions. Walk forward with me. And let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear. And that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I sow courage in your sleep and harvest it in the morning when you rise into another ordinary miracle. Walk forward with me. and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I am patient with your questions and clear with your calling. Both can live in the same soul. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I uproot lies with gentleness, because truth told without love only changes behavior, while truth loved into you changes being. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I open doors that do not need force. I close doors that would have cost you your peace. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I am not hurried, yet I am never late. I arrive with the mercy the moment requires. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I bind up the fragments of focus you scattered across worry and return them as attention for the task at hand. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I invite you to laugh more, because laughter reminds you that joy is not naive, it is resilient. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I refuse to weaponize scripture against your humanity. I use it to heal your humanity. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I am building in you a gratitude that does not flatter but anchors and orients your days. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I am not threatened by your creativity. I commissioned it to reveal facets of my beauty. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I do not confuse meekness with muteness. I give you a voice that serves truth without harming dignity. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I repair trust the way seasons repair soil, over time, with weather and patience and new seed. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you. I stand inside your story as Lord, not as a critic in the balcony keeping score. Walk forward with me, and let this day prove that grace is stronger than perfectionism. That honest effort is holier than fear, and that my presence is enough for the assignment in front of you.